Hello and welcome to our coverage of the WNBA on 2K Sports. And tonight we'll see the Dallas Wings as they go up against the Phoenix Mercury. I'm Blake Suniga, and with me at the broadcast table are Tim Swartz and Brian Banafitemi. And guys, you have to admire the way these two teams play. They're all about ball movement.
I mean, you look at the stat sheet, look at the assist numbers these teams put up. There's not too much hero ball going on. They're unselfish.
Yeah, both sides are focused on working the ball around and generating the best shot possible. It's fun to watch.
Here we go. And so off the tip, it's Phoenix. Diana Taurasi on the wing. And she's good on the three ball.
We're watching a pure shooter go to work. Taurasi simply has great mechanics on her jump shot.
Here's Willie. Inside. Here's Smith. Second chance shot. Alyssa Thomas with the rebound. Rossi outside. Thomas. Pass to Smith. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Here's Dallas now. It's a 5-point game. Here's Willie, covered by Smith. And that one good.
Took advantage of some shoddy D there. They got to at least get a finger on her.
Rossi outside. Smith. Let's go with a three. It's hauled in by Smith. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Here's Willie. Pass to Carrington. It's stolen by Copper. Smith, right side. Now here's Thomas. It's good, and she makes her first shot of the game.
Well, just taking what she sees. Have to appreciate how Thomas breaks down defenses and pick and rolls.
Outside, Agunbowale. Banked in off the glass.
Superb assist. She was crafty, creative, and the ultimate teammate on that play.
And for all the success Agunbowale has had in the WNBA, her heroics at the college level still really stand out.
Absolutely. Her buzzer beater to win the national title in 2020 is a magical moment. And it was no layup. We're talking about a fadeaway three with the defender all over her.
Now here's Smith. Pass to Taurasi. Smith. Copper outside. Takes the three. Sinks the three-pointer.
Well, Copper can sometimes be a selective three-point shooter, so she must have been feeling that look.
Now Smith. McCowan with the ball. Now Agunbowale. The three. It's rebounded by Alyssa Thomas.
On an open look like that, she's just got a gift for making the weak coverage pay.
That's a surprising miss. She's almost always deadly when she's that open, even from way downtown.
Here's Willie. Back to Agunbowale. That one drops for her second bucket. Marker 2 for 4.
Well, the best scorers oftentimes have an inside and outside game, and Agunbowale flashes signs of both.
Smith, no good on the three. The Wings trail. Here's Willie. Pass to Carrington. Outside Agunbowale. Smith. Clock at 6. Here's Carrington. It's rebounded by Alyssa Thomas.
Not sure what the D was doing there. She's not the player to give open looks to, but they got away with it that time.
Up top to Rossi. From outside the arc. That one is off. And they've been struggling here offensively.
Bit of a dry spell for sure.
There's Agunbowale with the three. Drills the three-pointer.
She's having quite the quarter here, shooting the ball really well and just an impressive performance on all cylinders.
Now here's Smith. The three is up. Gets it to go from downtown.
How about that for a response?
We'll give you a three, and then we'll take it right back.
It's turning into a three-point contest.
Here's Willie. Pass to Agunbowale. All alone. Yep, that goes.
With the ability to get off quick releases, Agunbowale can excel in the catch and shoot.
Smith outside. Thomas a screen. Here's the three. And the Mercury, another three.
Triples keep on falling, guys. 3 in a row now.
These defenders can't stay so soft on the perimeter.
Pass to Smith. And here's McCowan. Agunbowale. Here's Harrington. Fires from deep. They get it back. The second chance effort. And McCowan with the layup.
What an absolute force McCowan is down low. The board, the points, what a talent.
Brown with the screen. Pass to Copper. Smith. Back to Copper. Smith outside. Now here's Taurasi. And the Mercury, another three.
12 straight points off the three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And now that they're rolling from out there, you've got to get it in their jersey and try to deny those looks.
Especially how well people shoot threes these days.
They grab their own miss. Here's Willie. There's the triple. That's good, and it's Sierra McCowan with the assist.
Fantastic dish from McCowan. Easy hoop for the team. Love it when a center can move the ball.
Smith outside. And she can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Here's Willie, covered by Smith. Outside Agunbowale. Screen by Smith. From the top of the key. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
Well, when it's Arike Ogunbowale running the pick and roll, stop ball has to be the first goal as a defender.
And that 2023 season for the Wings was their best season since moving to Dallas in 2016.
I mean, it was their first winning season, first playoff series one. They had a top-3 offense, played a fast pace, giving those loyal Dallas fans an exciting year. Boy, Brian, that's 5 straight made three-pointers. The defense giving up a barrage.
Most teams get the message to cover shooters after 1 or 2 wide-open threes, but they just aren't figuring it out.
You go out there and tell them, Brian.
Okay, maybe I will.
Diana Taurasi with some really nice Ds.
That one gives them a +5 rebound advantage.
Yeah, pretty clear. They've come out with the better energy and effort thus far.
Harrington up top. She's covered by Copper. To the inside. Smith. An easy 2 points on the layup.
Agile play by Smith against contact, getting to her shots.
Pass to Thomas. And stolen by Smith. Now here's Carrington. Not a lot of room. And that ties the game.
There has not been much defense to speak of yet, has there?
Nope. It's been all offense all the time here early.
And the Mercury call time here.
Substitution on the court.
Three minutes of action thus far in the second quarter. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Laser focused. Hines Allen was ready to fire the second she got the ball.
Smith. They waste no time getting those 3 points back.
Only took them a few seconds to answer the three ball at one end with their own.
A three-point battle starting to take shape here.
Now here's Agumbawale. 11 points in the game. Five to shoot. It's rebounded by Phoenix. Now here's Smith. She's got 11. Diana Taurasi on the wing. Defended by Lopez Seneschal.
I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Look good here, too. I'm as shocked as you.
Here's Harris. And she makes that one.
Soft touch around the rim. You don't want Harris to catch you out of position inside.
Smith, covered by Harris. The tray. The shot misses.
This game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding is one thing that's gone in their favor.
Yeah, effort and determination on the glass, they really can compensate for a lot of deficiencies.
Here's Hines Allen. So the whistle blows on the shot. 2 free throws for the contact there.
We've got a small portion of the season behind us, and the league's hierarchy is starting to come into focus.
It's still early, though. So for the teams that are struggling, you still have time to get in gear.
Yeah, but they don't have a lot of time, Brian. I mean, the season is short, and the pressure ramps up every week that goes by when you're not winning games.
Sabally shot is off. Dallas in the lead. And here's Hines Allen.
Here's Willie.
Pass to Segrist. From deep. It's rebounded by Sabally. And here the Mercury.
Whitcomb with it.
Sabally, covered by Segrist. Here's Smith. Sinks the triple.
They can't afford to give her that kind of look.
Well, it came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you have to fight over the top of it.
And you need some help as well.
Now here's Agumbawale. She's got 11. To the middle. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
4 of their last 5 makes came off a high-quality shot inside.
And that's right out of the textbook. They're having their way down low right now.
Here's Smith. 14 points for her. And again, Phoenix with the triple.
Three-pointers keep dropping. You sense the frustration mounting for these defenders, their coaches, their fans, everyone.
Yeah, they just have not been able to take that shot away.
Now here's Agumbawale. Shoots over Whitcomb. It's rebounded by Sabally. Phoenix trailing here. Rossi outside. Whitcomb sets a screen. A 3-ball. And the Mercury, another 3.
These defenders better start closing down their shooters.
Yeah, that's 2 straight from long range.
Agumbawale with it. Pass to Smith. Here's Willie, covered by Smith. 8 feet out. That one misses. Her first miss of the game after making her first 3. Down low. Sabally falls through. She's now made 2 out of 4.
In the paint, Sabally has the tools to be dominant. Look at her muscle her way to the shot there.
Segrist outside. Smith up top. Here's Willie. Shot to stop the run. Whitcomb grabs the miss. Phoenix leading.
And Tim, you talk about never giving up. Sammy Whitcomb graduated college in 2010. Didn't make her W debut until 2017. That's perseverance.
Yeah, a 28-year-old rookie. Sammy never gave up on that dream of playing in the league. In college, you think about, her three-point shooting was good. It was 33%. But in the W, that number is about 37, 38%. And that improvement is why she has a spot here in the league.
Dallas calls timeout.
It's Dallas now. Here's Willie. Spins. Back to Smith. Pass to Hines Allen. Just 4 to shoot. The 19-footer is on the money.
Wide open look. And props to Hines Allen for locating the open teammate using her GPS.
Outside Whitcomb. Smith. On the wing, Kalia Copper. Smith outside. Kalia Copper from outside. Score the basket, or third after 5 shots.
They're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
You're right. 3 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
9 feet out. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Thomas outside. Back to Smith. Copper. Thomas a screen. Fires the 3. And the Mercury another 3.
They really settled into a nice groove offensively in the second quarter.
Yeah, and that field goal percentage zooming upwards. Would you believe me, Tim, if I told you now it's above 50%?
Well, of course I will. That's what the monitor says.
And I'm an honest man, too.
Here's Willie. She's got 9. Here's Carrington. Another miss for her. Now shooting 1 for 4 from the floor. Thomas, covered by Hines Allen. Pass to Smith. Sabali the screen. And here's Copper. And she can't extend the lead. Here's Willie. Whitcomb defending. Good.
Offensively, they've dialed down the three-point attempts here in the second.
I'd actually like to see them go back outside. They've been shooting well from long range.
Now here's Copper. 11 points in the game. They double her with Copper. Pass to Carrington. Back to McCowan. Hines Allen. Fires at the elbow. Santi Sabali comes up with the board. Copper outside. Up top, Sabali. Three-pointer. Knocks down the 3 ball.
It's big for Sabali's confidence when she hits from three-point land because she knows she has the touch.
Here's Willie, covered by Smith. Pass to Smith. Goes back up, and the layup is up and in.
They've been getting it inside at every opportunity, and they're getting excellent results.
You know, that's a winning formula, pounding the ball down low, being aggressive. You know, they're being very assertive offensively.
They're not afraid to just let it go here. They didn't have as much success in the first quarter, but with this lead, they're looking to extend it with the 3.
Here's Willie. She's got 11. Pass to Carrington for 3. It's hauled in by Smith.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that's been the result for her over and over. I mean, she just cannot find the bottom of the bucket.
Now here's Smith. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game. Back to Whitcomb. Smith. And there's another one for the Mercury.
And she's definitely making her presence felt here in the first half. She has been just incredibly effective so far.
Here's Willie. The 11-footer. That one a little long. And so that's the end of the first half. It's the Mercury. They lead by 13. And we'll see you right after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. Getting back to the action now, it's been a one-team show so far, but we'll see if that changes. And you know, guys, Smith has been exceptional.
She played a very smart game offensively, looking for and finding gaps in the defense and always looking for the best shot possible.
Yeah, the way she played that first half, well, that's exactly what we're talking about when we talk about being efficient on offense.
Now here's Carrington. The three. It's rebounded by Thomas. And it's the Mercury with the ball. Smith. And she was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws for her. It's going to go on Tierra McCowan. First free throw is good.
Phoenix Mercury, Morgan Smith, 2 shots.
That's also good, so she hits them both. Dallas with the ball. Down by 15. Smith outside. Pass to Carrington. McCowan. To the paint. Shot's good by Smith.
They need to get way more disruptive defensively. They just can't keep allowing these easy buckets. You know, get a little physical, show some effort.
Defensively, that's job number 1. Effort, nothing easy inside.
They are wreaking havoc on them with the three-point shot today.
The defense unable to stop them even when they've gotten a hand up. It hasn't seemed to matter.
Smith outside. Now McCowan. Here's Willie, covered by Smith. Lets it go from 11. Drained for 2 points. Third quarter of play with just over 1.5 minutes gone by. Smith outside. Copper outside. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Persistence pays off for Copper inside. Getting past the contact and right to a look.
Smith outside. Pass to Carrington. There's Agumbawale with the three. That's good, and it's Tierra McCowan with the assist.
Of all the players you want to leave open out on the perimeter, she is the last person on the list.
Thomas a screen. To the middle. Here's Brown. Diana Taurasi on the wing. Off target from three-point range.
Her shot has been off today. With her team leading, perhaps she should maybe focus more on her floor game.
Outside Agumbawale. And again, it's Dallas with a three.
A nice start to the second half. Just one miss in their first 5 attempts.
Timeout called the Mercury. And we're well into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Brown with the screen. Here's Smith. The Mercury with another miss. Here's Willie, covered by Smith. Back to Agumbawale for three. And that doesn't go either for Agumbawale. On the wing, Kalia Copper, covered by Carrington. And the basket by Copper.
Yeah, she's played an important role in her offense today, and really without her, they might not have the lead right now.
A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now in the third quarter. And it's good for 2.
Yeah, she certainly is not the one to blame for them being in the hole today. She's been right on the money.
Now here's Smith. 21 points in the game. Cans it from downtown.
She's having one of those days where if she takes it, she makes it.
And you look at Arike Ogunbowale's scoring numbers, they're historically good.
She came into the 2024 season averaging 20.5 points per game. That's the third best average ever, and only Brianna Stewart has a better career average amongst active players. I mean, Arike's offensive arsenal is unreal.
Now here's Taurasi. 15 points in the game. Pass to Brown. And Ogunbowale picks up the foul. That is her first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Dallas on D. 3, Diana Taurasi. And the Mercury, another 3.
One of the purest Jays in hoops history. A joy watching Diana Taurasi shoot. It's art.
Now Smith. Outside Ogunbowale. Tried to come right back with the 3 of her own, but it's no good. Smith outside. Taurasi outside. Screen by Smith. From past the arc. And Diana Taurasi with the 3.
Well, you know, offensively, Brian, they've been really special.
Yeah, you nailed it, Tim. No matter what the defense has thrown at them, they've just kept piling up the points.
And more points.
Now here's McCowan. Over Brown. The Wings with another miss. Pass to Copper. Taurasi outside. Diana Taurasi with another miss. Now here's Carrington. Smith with it. Carrington. Shot clock at 5. Ogunbowale from long range. Connects from 3-point range.
And now she's getting rolling. 4 3-pointers in the game for her, and 3 have come this half.
Pass to Thomas. 3, Diana Taurasi.
McCowan with the rebound.
They had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And when she's open like that, you don't see her miss that sort of look very often.
And the basket is good.
And how huge has she been to give her team a lift?
Yeah, certainly their deficit would be a lot bigger if it wasn't for her efficiency at the offensive end of the floor.
Now here's Smith. 24 points for her. Puts up a 3. Yes, it's good. That bucket takes her to 9 for 14.
Just on fire from beyond the arc.
Seems like just about all her points are coming from deep.
Ogunbowale from long range. It's hauled in by Diana Taurasi.
Very close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Not a great habit to get into, letting her get that wide open.
And you look at the career of Kahleah Copper, and she really took advantage of that 2020 season.
Yeah, that was the wobble year down in Bradenton. A lot of players opted out, but Copper, she opted in. She had by far her best season. And in the 3 years since, she's been an all-star 3 times. And, oh, by the way, finals MVP with the Sky, too.
You know, Kahleah Copper is the kind of versatile player a team can really count on. She's always there and ready to deliver, especially when it comes to points.
That one falls, so she hits both of them. So it's Dallas now. 19-point game. Here's Willie, covered by Smith. Here's Willie. She's got 17. Pass to McCowan. Ogunbowale lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by Smith. Diana Taurasi from the arc. Rebound Dallas. Here's Willie. Misses from short range. Taurasi outside. Smith. Launches a 3. Doesn't go for her. Here's Dallas now. Trailing by 19. Here's Willie. Back to Ogunbowale. From the arc. Nailed from three-point land.
A volume scorer through and through. Gumbawale can generate her own momentum pretty quickly.
Smith outside. Brown sets a screen. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
Right back at you. They immediately get those 3 points back.
Just trading punches from long range.
It's been a heavyweight fight.
Down low. Here's McCowan. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
Obviously, McCowan. He also has a little host of ways to beat you in some nice touch.
Smith with it. Picked up by Agumbawale. Taurasi's shot is off.
That's a shot she had to take.
No question. The decision was good. Just didn't execute.
Pass to Smith. Hines Allen. Outside Agumbawale. Just 5 on the clock. They get the rebound. McCowan. And a foul called on the shot. Got it on the way up that time, so she'll shoot 2.
You almost feel bad for the defender.
And here's Smith. She has 30. There's the 3. The three-pointer is on target.
Nice to see. She's found her rhythm here in the third quarter. And you can see her confidence. Everything she's putting up from long range, it seems to be going down.
Pass to Siegrist. Now here's Hines Allen. Harris. That 3 off the mark. 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Now Whitcomb, back to Smith. Lets the 3 fly. The rebound by the Wings. Right side, Hines Allen. Pass to Harris. Takes the 3. That shot off. That will count. No luck on that one. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. It's the Mercury delivering the blowout. And don't go away, we'll be back momentarily. And thanks again for joining us. We'll see what happens in the fourth. Smith outside. Sabali the screen. Outside Whitcomb. Pass to Copper. This one for 3. That shot is good, and she has made 8 while only missing 4. That's 67% shooting. Harris with it, and a foul called on Smith. That's her first foul.
First team foul.
Now Charles. Pass to Harris. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And here's Siegrist.
Gotta appreciate Sabali's ability to read and react to opponents. She has strong defensive instincts.
Got that one up quick.
She's had such a steady hand. And I think watching this game, she's the one responsible for getting them this lead late.
Yeah, her shooting percentage is unreal right now. Just so dependable here today.
Pass to Siegrist. Here's Agumbawale. Now here's Charles. It's hauled in by Smith. On the wing, Sammy Whitcomb. Guarded now by Agungawale. Now here's Smith. Copper. Smith outside. Shoots the three. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And add another three-pointer to their second half total.
They came out of the break dropping bombs and are just not letting up.
You love to see that.
Now here's Agungawale. Whitcomb defending. Pass to Harris. Can they get it? That one falls. Coming off Arike Agungawale's nice feed.
A good look there, and she didn't waste it. Her second three of the game.
Smith outside. And again, it's Phoenix.
She's got a lot of firepower right now. What a half she's having.
Outside Charles. Back to Agungawale. Shoots over Whitcomb. Agungawale, good.
With confidence and a smooth jumper, Agungawale has no problem converting from the perimeter.
Copper with the screen. Fires for three. Smith, no good. Here's the Wings with the ball. We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in. Agungawale's shot is off.
She's a very strong finisher, guys. I'm surprised that she wasn't able to power that through the defense. Well, despite her ineffectiveness, the team has found other scoring options.
Three-pointer. Arike Agungawale with another miss. Whitcomb, covered by Siegrist. Pulls up. And yep, it finally drops after rolling around the rim.
If you allow Whitcomb to get a shot off in rhythm, off a nice pass, it is normally going in.
Pass to Siegrist. Harris launches it. It's a misfire, and she's now 4 of 9 from the field. Outside Whitcomb to the wing, right side. And here's Satou Sabally outside. The rebound by Harris. Jacks up a three. Buries the long-range jumper.
She's finally getting the feel for the deep ball. Her second three of the half right there.
Smith outside. Back to Whitcomb. Screen by Smith. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And Whitcomb isn't afraid to go in amongst the trees. Impressive finish inside.
Pass to Harris. Back to Agungawale. Now Hines Allen. Screen by Siegrist. From downtown. She's off on that one. And here are the Mercury. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Pass to Smith. And here's Holmes. Copper, covered by Hines Allen. And Sammy Whitcomb gets the three.
Oh, man, there's really been a change in her game compared to what we saw in the first half because she's just scoring with a lot of confidence now.
Outside Agungawale. Siegrist outside. Screen by Hines Allen. Beyond the arc. Siegrist misses.
She's just had a brutal outing, and she still hasn't managed to get a field goal, and the team is struggling because of it.
Here's Sabally. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. That's on Maddie Siegrist.
Offensively, Sabally is such a smart player, knows how to bait defenders into contact and get to the line.
And she knocked.
Substitution on the court.
Now here is McCowan. That's down the hatch. Notch one more to her total, and that's 9 for 15 shooting.
Oh, it's a good thing she showed up today, because without her, they'd be in deeper trouble.
Smith outside. Here's the three. Alyssa Smith grabs the miss. Here's Harrington. Count that bucket.
Good recognition from Agumbawale. She's more than capable of understanding when her teammates are wide open.
Smith outside. Prince a screen. Pass to Robinson. Holmes, 6 to shoot. Just her first attempt. Harrington grabs the board.
That's a shot she's got to hit. You don't get too many better looks from that range.
The rebound by Holmes.
You know, you watch her, and you see her mechanics are totally out of whack right now. She's lost all feel for her shot.
Yeah, and it's not hard to tell. You know, just look at her numbers right now. Nothing is going down for her.
Here's McCowan. That one falls.
The big moving down the floor. McCowan can go rim to rim with those long strides.
And it's stolen by Nalissa Smith. Enrique Agumbawale drives in. Count it. Good.
They're looking a lot better now, but still a long ways to go to get all the way back into this.
Well, at least we can see the fire still burning, and I love to see that. And they haven't given up, but they picked it up at both ends, and they're on a nice run right now.
Yeah, at least, as you pointed out, at least they're still trying. They're still playing hard.
Shot to end the cold run. Shot's good by Smith.
Man, this fourth quarter has been tremendous, really, for them from three-point range.
Yeah, a ton of their points coming from long range here. What a barrage.
And what a time to hit the threes.
Smith left side. The kick out to Agumbawale. Hits the three-point bomb.
Well, you pay so much attention to Smith. You can see why that's a huge plus for this team. It can open up things for others.
Pass to Robinson. Smith. This one for three. Drills it from outside.
How about that? Responding to the three-pointer against them with a quick one of their own.
Yeah, terrific little back and forth right there, Tim.
It's been a lot of fun to watch.
Pass to Carrington. Launches a three. And again, it's Dallas with a three.
They can't afford to give her that kind of look.
Well, it came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you have to fight over the top of it.
And you need some help as well.
Out to the wing. Back to Smith. To Trey. Enrique Agumbawale with the rebound. So it's Dallas now. Here's Willie, covered by Smith. To the inside. McCowan inside. Misses the layup. She had her with that pump fake, but couldn't make her pay. Pass to Sabali. Back to Smith. Holmes. Smith up top. Robinson. Guarded now by Agumbawale. Smith with it. Beats the shot clock, but can't get it to fall. Here's Willie. And so it's Phoenix easily grabbing this one. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you just have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it. We saw the excellent defense, a potent offensive effort, and they were pretty much dominant.
And that's a wrap, everyone.
The shots were falling, but you also stuffed the stat sheet, getting a rare 20-20 game in the process. Can you tell us about the difficulty of that?
You know, there's definitely skill involved, of course, but some of it has to do with the flow of the game, the matchup, a little bit of luck, honestly. It's just all wrapped into it. Everything just has to come together perfectly, and that's why it's so rare.
Well, getting 20-20 often indicates a player had leverage in at least 2 areas of the court. How were you able to use that leverage so effectively?
You know, I really think this particular matchup just worked in my favor. I was able to get a lot of open looks on shots. Other than that, just using my court awareness to the best of my ability and getting a little help from my teammates.
Thanks
It all
so
came
much.
together. Thanks.
Thanks.
Hello and welcome to this 2K Sports presentation of the WNBA. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Phoenix Mercury going up against the Connecticut Sun. I'm Blake Suniga, and with me at the broadcast table are Tim Swartz and Brian Banafitemi.
And the start of a new WNBA season is something we all look forward to, guys.
Yeah, even though we're in the beginning stages of this new season, I really like what I'm seeing so far from some of these teams.
Yeah, the interesting thing is, it's a marathon, not a sprint. It'll be interesting to see if the teams that have gotten off to hot starts, can they maintain that?
Here we go. It'll be the Mercury off the tip. Now here's Smith. Diana Taurasi on the wing. Jacks up a 3. 1 up, 1 down. She makes her first shot in this game.
With a beautiful outside stroke, Taurasi strikes fear in the eyes of her opponents.
She's off on that one. Excellent D from Alyssa Thomas. Smith outside. Copper. Kicks it out to Smith. Clock at 6. 3-pointer. Rebound, Tina Charles. Here's Ramsey, covered by Smith. Chalk up 2 right there.
Good pass work. The assist was right on target.
Smith outside. Pass to Taurasi. Fires from the wing, and she nails the jumper.
An outstanding scorer who changes the game with her shooting ability. Taurasi is just so fun to watch.
Here's Ramsey. Count that one.
That's what I call a captivating move right there. She absolutely incinerated the defense with that one.
Now here's Smith. Diana Taurasi on the wing. Hits the 3-point bomb.
I mean, that shot just becomes effortless for her when the defense is so relaxed like that.
Here's Ramsey, covered by Smith. And stolen by Brown. And up the court come the Mercury on the break. And here's Diana Taurasi from the arc. Connects from 3-point range.
Early on, nearly perfect from the floor. Just 1 miss on their first 5 shots.
Outside Mabry. Here's Ramsey. Pass to Charles. Off target with the 3. Phoenix in the lead. And back in 2023, the Sun traded away former MVP Jonquel Jones.
Yeah, sending her to New York in a blockbuster deal. Despite losing one of the best players in the league, Connecticut went 27-13 last year, got to the WNBA semifinals, and that tells you how good this organization is.
Here's Ramsey. Pass to Parks. Back to Charles. Here's Ramsey, covered by Smith. Here's Ramsey. Here's Charles. Misses from close range.
You know, typically she has the touch to finish when she's in that tight. Not sure what happened there.
And here's Thomas. Back to Smith. Rossi right side. Puts one up from 19. The Sun pull it in.
Didn't see that miss coming. She's usually so good from that range.
Pass to Nelson Adota. Mabry. Here's Nelson Adota. Mabry. She's covered by Taurasi. Here's Nelson Adota. And that time also missed a shot. Phoenix with the ball. Now here's Smith. Brown sets a screen. Tries it from the top of the key. And yep, it finally drops after rolling around the rim.
They've worked hard and created great chances for themselves in this opening frame.
If they match that effort at the defensive end, look out.
Now here's Mabry. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Sinks the three-pointer.
You cannot give Mabry any breathing room from deep. She's an absolute sharpshooter.
Pass to Smith. Another shot. Gets another look. With the putback. She hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
This defense looking soft early on. They've got to summon a little more energy and urgency.
Yeah, they've got to do a little more to disrupt their rhythm offensively.
Here's Ramsey. Outside Charles. Pass to Mabry. Melissa Thomas with the rebound.
Wow, I thought that was absolutely automatic.
Here's Smith. Cans it from downtown.
Great three-point shooting here out of the gates. That's 4 makes already from long distance.
They're just scorching the nets. I mean, how long do you think they can keep this up, Tim?
I don't know, but the defense has to get better on the other end.
Now here's Charles. Shoots over Thomas. And it's Charles missing.
The defense can't make a habit of giving her that shot. She just doesn't miss many of them.
Screen by Smith. And here's Diana Taurasi from the arc. Kept alive by Phoenix. And the basket by Brown.
Talk about playing with intensity. On the offensive glass, Brown is a matchup nightmare.
And just miss after miss right now. Pass to Smith. Back to Copper. Shoots the three. They get it again. Here's Thomas. Smith. And here's Taurasi. 11 points in the game. Leah Copper for three. Buries it from three-point range.
They've come out strong, and they're really pounding the offensive glass for second chance buckets.
Pretty impressive. I mean, caught them off guard, and they've taken the momentum in this game, and they're running away with it.
Now here's Mabry. Charles the screen. Second shot opportunity. That shot off. Great D that time from Melissa Thomas.
Yeah, her touch has deserted her this quarter. Nowhere to be found.
Now Mabry. Over to the wing. There's the triple. And she's good on the three ball.
That is Mabry's biggest value to this team. The ability to spot up, knock down shots.
A late second-round pick in 2019, Marina Mabry sure has carved out a nice role for herself over time.
Well, she never gave up on herself despite slipping far in the draft. She continued to work on her game and has proven how multi-talented a player she is. Her story is definitely inspirational.
No question who's been in control of this game.
Yeah, absolutely. They've really taken charge.
And here's Diana Taurasi from the arc. Gets it to go from downtown.
Her efficient scoring. A nice lift to their offense tonight.
And so here's Connecticut. Pass to Nelson Ododa. And here's Charles. Here's Ramsey. Just 5 to shoot. Arena Mabry for 3. It's rebounded by Phoenix. Smith with it. Back to Taurasi. Smith. Let's go with a 3. And that's collected by Tina Charles.
You know, she keeps jacking up those threes without much to show for it. She's going to lose the green light very early in this game if this keeps up.
Now here's Charles. She's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Parks. For 3. Brown grabs the board.
They've been sensational on the boards to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a good word for it, Tim. That's good. You usually have the right word for these kinds of situations. Just tearing it up on the glass.
How kind of you, Brian. They've made one bucket after another since getting this game started. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves just yet, Tim. I wouldn't go that far, but it has been pretty ugly so far.
Here's Nelson Ododa. Back to Mabry. For 3. Good on the triple.
Some impressive creativity from Mabry. Operating the pick and roll like a surgeon.
Pass to Smith. Taurasi. Smith outside. The 3 is up. Brown inside. And a foul called on the shot. Got her on the way up that time, so she'll shoot 2.
With the willingness to bang and bump down.
Substitution on the court.
Second quarter here, and just over a minute and a half played. Back to Brown. Pass to Allen. Here's Hartley. 6 to shoot. And the 3 off target. Taurasi left side. The Mercury with another miss. The Sun on offense. They've only given up 2 points this quarter. And Allen gets it to go. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. And here's Holmes. Looking for her first basket still in this one. Here's Taurasi. Rebounded by the Sun.
Well, I mean, to me at least, Brian, it looked like it was going to be an easy 2 points there.
You're right, Tim, and she's got some angry words for herself after that miss. Their rebounding has been off the chart today, guys, and that's the #1 reason why this game is out of hand right now.
Exactly. Their lead is not surprising, given their advantage on the glass.
Lets it go from deep. Drains the three-pointer.
They can't afford to give her that kind of look.
Well, it came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you have to fight over the top of it.
And you need some help as well.
Pass to Hartley. Beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Sabali. Phoenix dictating the flow. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Smith outside. Back to Whitcomb. Smith goes up on the wing. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. And almost 4 minutes gone in the second quarter of play. They really want to find that igniter here.
That's right. Their offense is ground to a standstill.
Maybe you need to suit up, Tim. They need a spark. Brown with it. She's got 5. 5 on the clock. Here's Hartley. And Hebard gets the whistle that time. That is her first foul of the game. So both teams changing it up here. And they're making this a runaway.
Yeah, the only question here for us to follow is how big the lead will eventually become.
Smith, no good.
On an open look like that, she's just got a gift for making the weak coverage pay.
That's a surprising miss. She's almost always deadly when she's that open, even from way downtown.
Smith outside. Sinks the triple.
There's no excuse for leaving a shooter like her open beyond the arc. None.
Smith outside. Brown. Pass to Smith. From deep. The three-pointer is on target.
How about that for a response?
We'll give you a 3, and then we'll take it right back.
It's turning into a three-point contest.
Now here's Whitcomb. Smith outside. There's the 3. And the Mercury, another 3.
The D has gotten a little lax defending the three-point shot at that end.
Yeah, 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed coming from beyond the arc.
Down low. Hartley right side. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Smith, she's guarded by Hartley. They get it back. Pass to Whitcomb. To Rossi. Off target from three-point range.
She has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it really hasn't affected the team that much.
Great play to sacrifice her body, take the charge, giving up her body for the team.
And really a heads-up play as well. Reads the play nicely and gets in the perfect position.
And Connecticut has possession, trailing by 19. Hartley, good.
Well, Hartley lacks in length and physicality inside. She more than makes up with agility, tremendous skill, and she finds a way through to get her shot.
And here's Diana Taurasi from the arc. Bangs home the trifecta.
Triples keep on falling, guys. 3 in a row now.
These defenders can't stay so soft on the perimeter.
Pass to Allen. Back to Hartley. And the layup's good off the glass.
There's a pattern taking shape. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Yeah, 4 of their last 5 baskets have been of exactly that variety.
Pass to Copper. Fires for 3. Yes. And a nice assist from Diana Taurasi.
Just a classic modern wing. Kahleah Copper is more than capable from three-point land.
Now Allen. And here's Nelson Adota. Charles in the post. Sabu's there. The shot's good.
A reliable interior scoring option. Charles plays with power and poise around the rim.
Back to Smith. Out to Taurasi. From downtown, there's another one to add to her total. She's shooting 7 for 15.
Last 5 makes, all 5 from long range.
And the defense hasn't pressed up to deny it. They're hanging back, and they're getting picked apart.
Pressure the ball, pressure something. Very close call there on the illegal screen.
I'd go along with it. You know, to me, it didn't really look like her feet were set.
Now here's Smith. She's got 18. And she drops in the layup off glass.
Ran her defender straight into that screen to open up the lane to the hoop.
Here's Ramsey. Here's the three. It's rebounded by Sabally. Phoenix dictating the flow. And for Satou Sabally, her third season was a good one. She was named the 2023 Most Improved Player.
Yeah, going from 11 to 18 points per game, looking much more comfortable offensively. Sabally, first team All-WNBA, one of the 5 best players in the league.
Here's Ramsey, covered by Smith. Pass to Parks. Now here's Charles. Shoots a fader. Tried to bank it in, but misses.
She's gotten cold, and I'm not sure she's their best option offensively as they look to cut this deficit.
On the wing, Kalia Copper, guarded by Charles. Back to Smith. Copper. Off target from outside. Now Mabry. She's got 9. Will it go? Pass to Charles. Shoots over Sabally. And again, no good by Connecticut. Thomas outside. Smith outside. From outside the arc. That's in there. Alyssa Thomas with the assist.
Oh, they're getting their points now almost exclusively from three-point range. 4 of their last 5 makes from beyond the arc.
And the defense practically giving them those shots.
And they'll take them.
Timeout called the Sun. Outside Mabry. To the inside. An easy 2 points on the layup.
She can time her passes so perfectly. What an assist.
Rossi outside. Smith. Back to Tarasi. Pass to Smith. The 3. And again, Phoenix with the triple.
They're having so much trouble stopping the three-point shot.
And they're not making up for it with their own shots from deep either.
That'll kill you, a differential like that from beyond the arc.
Here's Charles. The shot that time not on target. Excellent D from Alyssa Thomas. Back to Smith. Puts up a 3. Hits it from three-point range.
Can they make some sort of defensive adjustment? Because guess what? She is killing them from three-point range.
And even when they have closed out on her, she's still knocking them down. I mean, this is just an unbelievable performance we're seeing right now.
Wow, it is a huge day on the glass for a player who's, you know what, they're giving up a lot of size to bigger players out there. Very impressive.
Pass to Thomas. Copper. For 3, Diana Taurasi. Offensive board. Tries again. And Thomas gets it to go.
You got to be aware of Thomas there. She's one of the best on the O boards.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, it's been a long time without a bucket. Focus.
Here's Mabry. Pass to Charles. Shot clock at 6. Sinks that one from the post.
That's what I call pretty passive. Timely recognition as to where the open teammate was.
And through one half, it hasn't even been close. It's the Mercury just dominating this one. And we'll be back right after this. And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close. And we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third started. And you know, guys, Smith has been exceptional.
She is seeing the court so well tonight. She made some phenomenal passes in that first half.
Yeah, they say that she's not the best playmaker, but hey, you could have fooled me with the way she's performing right now.
Here's Charles. Great D that time from Alyssa Thomas. The basket good off the assist from Diana Taurasi.
That pass led her so perfectly, she didn't even have to break stride.
And here's Mabry. Count it.
Got to do more than that to stop Mabry. She knows how to absorb contact.
Smith right side. Thomas outside. And the shot is good. Dropping in off the front of the rim.
Superb assist. She was crafty, creative, and the ultimate teammate on that play.
Outside Charles. Pass to Mabry. So the whistle blows on the shot. 2 free throws for the contact there. It's on Kahleah Copper.
Well, you never want to foul a jump shooter. Marina Mabry, certainly a jump shooter. So don't foul her.
So she makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. Kahleah Copper from outside. The Sun pull it in. Outside Mabry. Pass to Nelson Adota. Here's Ramsey, covered by Smith. And here's Mabry. 4 on the clock. Shoots. It's hauled in by Diana Taurasi. High post shot. Will not go. Misses off the front iron. And Connecticut has possession. Right wing. Pass to Parks. Mabry with it. Launches it. It's rebounded by Thomas.
Man, and they're 1 for 4 to start the second half.
Baseline jumper. And the basket by Copper.
I like how Copper lets the game come to her. When the mid-range game opens up, she takes it.
Now here's Charles. And we're well into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Again, the miss by Marina Mabry.
Their offense scuffling a bit in the second half, just 1 for 5.
For 3, Diana Taurasi. It doesn't go for her. Some tough offensive sets, and they really want to turn it around.
They got to lock in and need a basket just to regain some momentum.
Drills it from outside.
There you go. That's the stroke we saw in the first half.
And so here's Phoenix. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Pass to Thomas. Smith outside. Copper knocks down the 3 ball.
If you let Copper get comfy, get time, and get set, she'll just continue to bury these shots.
Here's Ramsey, covered by Smith. And it's good for 2.
That's exactly what they're going for in that possession.
Smith with it. She's got 32 points. Thomas down low. And the layup falls.
Well, the paint is Thomas's bread and butter because she is very confident in her ability to score inside.
Here's Ramsey. She's got 8. Marina Mabry for 3. Drills the 3-pointer.
She's really picking up where she left off in the first half.
Smith outside. Banked in off the glass. Here's Ramsey. Misses Mr. Ball meets Mr. Basket for a 5th happy pairing of the game. She's 5 for 9.
Her shooting has been so good today. She may have to take it upon herself to get her team out of this hole.
Here's Smith, and the Mercury tack on 2 more.
They can't afford to give her that kind of look.
Well, it came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you have to fight over the top of it.
And you need some help as well.
Left side, Mabry. Here's Ramsey. To the middle. Here's Charles. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
She threaded the bounce pass in there so smoothly.
Well, Tina Charles has always had an impressive and versatile skill set, Brian.
Yeah, she's led the league both in scoring and rebounds before. She's a true double-double threat on any night and impacts the game in so many ways.
Another good rebound. She's pulled down a bunch. Hasn't mattered that, you know what, she's a little size challenge in the post.
Outside, Mabry. Pass to Charles. She gets it in there.
It's hard to knock Charles off her center of gravity, especially when she's focused on scoring.
Rossi with it. Smith outside. 3. And she was camped there in the lane, and she gets a 3-second call.
Substitution on.
Diana Taurasi on the wing. Smith outside. Launches a 3. It's good from long range.
You know what? I don't care how far from the bucket she is. You've got to have a defender on her. She's just too good from long range.
Pass to Hartley. And here's Smith. Puts up the 3. And Hebert gets the whistle that time. That's her 3rd foul of the game.
3rd team foul. In for the Mercury, number 6.
And so here's Phoenix. Smith outside. Out to the right wing. Here's Holmes. The Suns pull it in. Now here's Allen. Shoots over Whitcomb. At the end of the 3rd quarter, a huge lead. And this one may already have been decided. Mercury out in front, running away with it. And coming up as... And thanks again for joining us. We'll see what happens in the 4th. Phoenix with the ball. Prince a screen. Pass to Holmes. No one near her. Count that one.
Holmes.
Now Hartley. Smith outside. Pulls up. Hits the jumper in space.
They found the touch here in the 2nd from the field.
And it's the Mercury with the ball. Smith outside. Out to the wing. Five to shoot. Pass to Holmes. Back to Smith. Shoots over Hartley. Smith, no good. Now here's Allen. She's tightly guarded. Hebert in the post. Guarded by Sabali. The shot by Hebert, no good. To the paint. Prince's shot's good.
Oh, I love that vision, guys. What a great job threading that pass into the lane.
Smith outside. Hartley covered by Smith. And here is Hartley. Prince grabs the board. 3 on 3. Smith. And off the front iron, and in it goes. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Smith outside. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
3-second violation. The ball goes to Phoenix.
Smith with it. Prince a screen. He shoots again. Pass to Sabali. Back to Smith. Holmes takes the three. And Sammy Whitcomb gets the three.
They've gotten a lot of good looks and have been absolutely lethal from behind the three-point line.
Defensively, they have to get out there. Even if it opens up some driving lanes, they just can't keep giving up these open looks.
Smith, she's guarded by Hartley. Here's Prince. Rebounded by the Sun. Around 3 minutes gone by here in the fourth quarter. Here's Hartley. And again, Connecticut no good. Pass to Whitcomb. Smith. Three-pointer. And the Mercury, another three.
They come out of halftime smoking hot from beyond the arc.
Yeah, and as hot as they are from out there, there's absolutely no reason not to just keep letting them fly.
I agree, Brian. They should all have the green light.
And Allen gets it to go.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
I wasn't sure they should try to get the three right back like that, but hey, it worked out for them.
Screen by Smith. Whitcomb misses. Now here's Allen. Whitcomb defending. Now here's Allen. Pass to Hartley. 6 on the shot clock. Tries a three. It's rebounded by Sabali. And the Mercury with possession. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter. Now Holmes, covered by Smith. Back to Smith. Whitcomb. Here's Sabali. And a good offensive board, and she gets the bucket.
Second chance points proving to be a major factor in their favor.
And you know, offensive rebounding may be an undervalued statistic, but not for me. That's the first thing I look for when I look at a box score, because those extra possessions sure can help.
Hartley's shot is off. Smith, right side. The three gets a three-pointer to fall.
A wide open three. They need much better communication defensively.
Pass to Allen. Hartley, covered by Smith. Here's Brown from past the arc, and the three ball is good.
As steady as they come at the point, Hartley excels at moving the rock.
On the wing, Sammy Whitcomb. Smith. Back to Whitcomb. Prince with it. Smith up top. Pass to Whitcomb. Kept alive by Phoenix.
Multiple possessions have been the story of the game, and even with the big lead, this team continues to be quicker to the basketball.
Well, controlling the defensive glass, it's been a problem.
Giving up a big disparity in second chance points for sure. That makes it tough.
This one for three. It's rebounded by Sabali.
She just hasn't looked right. She hasn't. And something is off with her mechanics, I think.
And she gets the bucket.
And look how well she let her in there with that pass.
Now here's Hartley. He's covered closely. Pass to Allen. Shoots a three. It's hauled in by Smith. Outside Whitcomb. Shoots over Allen. And again, it's Phoenix.
That's a great outcome for this offense. Getting Whitcomb something in rhythm.
Hartley outside. Pass to Hebert. Now Smith. Brown. Prince covering.
Mercury foul. Alexis Prince. First personal foul. First team foul.
That one's off. So both teams making some changes here.
Jaylen Brown.
And she sinks the second. And here the Mercury. Pass to Whitcomb. Fires the three. It's good. And with that basket, she is now 5 for 9.
She flipped the switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Outside Mabry. Here's Ramsey. Takes the three. That one falls through. It's her 6th make from the floor this game, and they're now 6 for 10.
Only took them a few seconds to answer the three ball at one end with their own.
A three-point battle starting to take shape here.
There's a screen. Smith. And the Mercury, another three.
Back-to-back three-pointers for them. The defense is slacking off a little.
You've got to respect that three, or you'll give up points in a hurry.
Now here's Mabry. Robinson covering. Good on the bucket.
She is setting this place on fire. Her shooting has been off the charts.
Smith outside. And she buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
That's a clean look they gave her there, fellas. And, I mean, she trains those, so I wouldn't give her too many of those looks if I was the defense.
Yep, that one goes.
Well, defenders can get so wrapped up in Mabry's scoring ability, it starts to open up the floor for her teammates.
Holmes, guarded by Charles. From deep. Smith, no good. Here's Brown. And stolen by Satu Sabali. Right side Whitcomb. Smith. Nailed from three-point land.
And it's pretty hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the stats monitor, there's a stark discrepancy. When you look at the assist column, and you see that difference as far as fluidity in their respective offenses, too.
Uses the glass to finish the layup.
The defenders didn't really even get a sniff of her on that move to the iron.
Outside Mabry.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
And she uses the glass on the layup.
Well, she's got the ability to take over a game. Mabry having herself a night.
Smith outside. Pass to Whitcomb. Screen by Smith. From the arc. The Sun pull it in. Now Mabry. Here's Ramsey. Covered by Smith. Down it drops through the net for her 9th bucket. She is 9 for 13 so far.
Well, she's been a bright spot in what has otherwise been a little bit of a struggle for this team.
Kicks it out to Smith. Pass to Whitcomb. Over Brown. Sabali with it. And off the glass. That one's good.
Using her length to find her shot inside. Sabali is a real threat on the interior.
And here's Mabry. Here's Ramsey. Pulls up on the elbow. It's hauled in by Smith. Outside Robinson. Smith. Pass to Whitcomb. Back. From about 16. Smith, no good. And so here's Connecticut. It's 9 seconds separating the shot. The floater. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. And so go to the line.
At the line for your Connecticut Sun, Ezzy Ramsey.
And they can just sit on the ball here.
Enjoy it. They've earned the win.
No doubt. Right side Whitcomb. Back to Smith. Fires from deep. Missed. And so it's Phoenix easily grabbing this one. And this one was all over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, but they never got it.
Yeah, I mean, they rolled to this one. They made it look simple and efficient performance at both the offensive and defensive ends.
And that's a wrap, everyone.
Diving into different locations.
Tina Charles has been around the league and is such a reliable and consistent player. What was it like going head-to-head against her on the court?
Man, it was a challenge. Absolutely. She's big, but she shoots like a guard and can pretty much hit from anywhere, and it's hard to defend players like that. I think I did a good job overall.
Agreed. What do you take away from matches like this against some of the league's greatest players?
Well, it's a delicate balance of staying true to your game and what you do best on the court, but also paying attention in real time to the little things players like Tina does during a game that can actually help you grow, like the way she sets screens on me or just her footwork at the rim. I try to take note of those things and then just rewatch them on film later.
Thanks a lot. That was an offensive clinic. You put up the most points in a single game, setting a new WNBA record. It looked like you were in the zone early on. How were you able to get the open looks?
You know, a lot of it has to do with offensive scheme, coming hard off screens, working in the lane to get to that free throw line, and you know, once the buckets start falling, I felt like I had the hot hand, so I just kept rolling with it.
For sure. So you've now passed Liz Cambage and A'ja Wilson, who both previously scored 53 points. What was going through your mind as the game progressed? Did you have the record in your sights?
I want to score every time I have the ball in my hands, so you know, when the shots kept falling, I just kept asking for it, and at some point during the fourth quarter, I knew the record was in reach, and Coach kept running the offense through me, so why not go for it?
Nice.
Don't worry about my occupation, 'cause boys ain't not need no application.